I haven't had you on since Netflix bought WB and Paramount started their hostile takeover bid attempt. What are your thoughts on all that?
Well, I will say that I think this is something that is really going to help the movie business, and I think there's going to be a lot of great things coming out of this. Not only for DC, but also for Rebel Moon, obviously. And my cap, I think, is over in my. I think it's on my bed or something. I gotta go. I'll probably get it here in a minute, but yeah, man. I'm really glad this is happening because this is something I think that's definitely needed because cinema is really has been in a bad position lately. We've been getting a lot of crappy content and Netflix has been one of the companies that's been giving us some great shows, films, and with them wanting to get their feet wet into the theaters and even buying their way into this business, I think it's definitely going to save theaters. It's going to definitely save cinema. And definitely can't wait for it. I'm definitely looking forward to it. 2026 is going to be a big year. I think we're about to get some announcements, even possibly a return to Snyderverse.
Oh yeah, I think so too. And I guess what's your thoughts about Paramount in this whole thing? Paramount, they're trying their hostile takeover bid. You think they got this in the bag?
Let me think here. Nope.
Yep. No, Zod and I, we had a great discussion the other day on this, and it just, to me, at the end of the day, Paramount tried, and they got rejected. They tried again, and they got rejected. They tried again, and they got rejected. I'm just saying, if a guy was pursuing a female as much as Warner Brothers was pursuing, or Paramount was pursuing Warner Brothers, you would call a restraining order and get the police involved. So at the end of the day, this just is not it's not going to work, guys. Zod and I, we kind of gave our thoughts on this, but at the end of the day, Netflix's offer is better if you don't look at just the straight cash, but the actual value per the cash. Netflix has this. Oh, and it also helps that Netflix is actually pretty much guaranteed to be able to pay it, unlike Paramount, who made a promise and may not be able to pay it. So there's that.
Yeah, they try to
But
go out. Yeah, Paramount, they were big mad over there. Paramount, like someone is literally going out and trying to just go out and try to buy this thing and be like, "Firmly grasp it." You get what I mean, Patrick?
yeah, yep. I love SpongeBob. I love SpongeBob. But something else I wanted to bring up though is I forgot to bring this point up when I had Zodwriter on the other day. But a lot of people think that when this goes through with Netflix, or I'm sorry, I should say if I do want to acknowledge all possibilities out there. Personally, I think it's more of a win, but for the sake of being somewhat objective, if here is something that people I think overlook. This is good for James Gunn, right? Wrong. And I'll tell you why. And here we are. So first of all, it just says Sean Gunn, like Sean Gunn burner, it says here, but this is the Sean Gunn guy. So I've said this before, but this is the actual Sean Gunn account. Zodwriter confirmed it from his friend Robert Meyer Burnett, who is in the industry, that this is in fact the real Sean Gunny poo. So this is his response to Netflix buying Warner Brothers. He said, this means short windows, probably fewer theaters, and then dropped on stream with no option for physical media. Anti-consumer, anti-competitive, bad for the industry and the art form. Cancel your Netflix. Now the Curly Ray. Does this sound like something someone would say to their future employer?
Yo, this is really crazy because all these articles dropping in, James Gunn saying things like, "Oh, we're gonna keep our jobs." I'm like, okay, if you're gonna keep your job, if you're literally telling your fans that, "Hey, I'm safe over here at Netflix," then why is your brother going out here and telling people to cancel their Netflix subscriptions? Sounds like y'all are panicking, and I wouldn't blame y'all for panicking because we all dropped a few things this week and they weren't getting any engagement. And one of them was, you know, something that is supposed to be green, but instead is really just a clip of them just driving off of a cliff and literally crashing to the ground. That's how I think it is. But
We're talking
yeah.
about that Supergirl trailer.
Oh, not that. The also well, yeah, that was crap too. But the Green Lantern one where they're in the car and I get it's like a small teaser and all, but like you got two guys. You have the John Stewart and Hal Jordan, I think. And the reason I didn't mention them earlier is because I didn't want to give them any engagement. But yo, it's just a clip of them like driving in. Hal jumps out of the car and John Stewart's still in there. They just drive off and crash out the clip, and that's it. I'm just like, bro, that's just James Gunn killing DC right there. It's crazy.
I'll tell you this. I didn't realize that that was a thing at all. I mean, I'm completely out of the loop on that. So,
I didn't even watch the Supergirl teaser. No, I only saw
oh,
pictures of it. The only thing I saw was Crypto peeing on the newspaper and then Jason
so you mean the one of
Momoa as Lobo.
yeah, peeing on the newspaper, picture of Superman. And and look, I think Lobo would have been a good role for Jason Momoa after the Snyderverse is finished. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, again, I didn't watch the trailer, but images are shown online of this stuff, and I'm meh, meh, meh.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I gotta say to that.
Yeah, here's what I want to say to that too, because like I'm very happy for Jason Momoa because Lobo's been in his dream role for a very long time. And like you said, I think I'm not saying he doesn't fit the role, but his character in this movie could, you know, I just think he's in the wrong movie for this role, is what I think. And he also has a wrong writer and a wrong director, most definitely. But
Yep.
even that, like, because one thing's for sure, we need Jason Momoa back as Aquaman. I even watched Aquaman 2 a few nights, and I didn't think it was great, and I didn't think it was I didn't think it was good, but I surprisingly enough, I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was gonna enjoy it. Like, I enjoyed that more than I did with Shazam 2 and Blue Beetle.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, can't say anything about Shazam 2 because I still have not seen that movie because Zachary Levi told me not to the instant he went after the Snyderverse. But
I saw it I actually, surprisingly enough, I saw it in theaters twice. The first time was I just went myself in an empty theater, it was, like, completely empty, and then the second time I saw it, it was completely empty again, except it was a family of a mother and 3 kids in there, looks like they were just hanging out, and it was a big one, it was, like, ginormous one, that was it. And I think I fell asleep during the second viewing, I think, but yeah, that movie sucked ass. But even if like, because here's the thing too, like I was even willing to go out and watch Aquaman 2 on Netflix to, give support for Zack Snyder's DC cast. And even if you don't think the movie is great or not, I still want to at least go out and support and give it to Zack Snyder's cast. You want to know something too? Just thinking about it, I still have not watched Birds of Prey or Wonder Woman 1984.
you're not missing anything.
I saw Blue Beetle in theaters. It was mid.
Yeah, Josh and I, we did a whole review on Blue Beetle.
I think
It
it'd be
was
cool in
yeah,
the Snyderverse, but the movie he was just in was just eh.
yeah. I mean, but I'll be honest though too. When we get more Snyderverse, I kind of hope that we don't really get anything acknowledged as canon after Aquaman. Like not even Aquaman, because I feel like to me, Man of Steel, Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, and Zack Snyder's Justice League. To me, those are the only three movies that should be acknowledged as canon. Maybe Wonder Woman, but other than that, as far as I'm concerned, nothing else should be acknowledged because let's be honest, Aquaman, there's a lot of continuity issues with ZSJL. And you can kind of make it work if you play mental gymnastics, but you shouldn't have to play mental gymnastics to do that. So to me, just restart it. Essentially, don't make a sequel. Don't continue the DCEU make it a requel. Like, you know how the new Halloween movies, they're a sequel to the first movie, but they disregard the sequels?
I've actually not seen those movies.
Okay. Well, I haven't seen the sequels, the original sequels, but like basically what happened is when they rebooted it, only the first movie was canon, but the sequels were not. That's how I kind of want this to go with the Snyderverse. Is that I want Man of Steel, BVS, Zack Snyder's Justice League, maybe Wonder Woman, that treated as canon, but everything else not treated as canon. And then going forward, these are the movies we're following continuity with, and these are the new, like, this is the new continuity. So,
Yeah.
but Netflix. I think this is great. I mean, I think Netflix is going to get this. I know people are worried about Paramount. Like their cash, they're offering more cash, but you got to break it down. The cash per share is not as good of a deal, and let's just be honest here. We don't know they're going to actually be able to pay that money, and they're like, oh, they're going to raise the prices. You don't think Netflix can do that, guys? Really?
Yeah,
But
if Zack Snyder's posting a lot of stuff on his Instagram, even after retweeting the sell hashtags, I'm not worried about nothing. Netflix has already got this in the bag. They have a pending purchase right now, and it's about to go through. So
yeah, and we should probably hear more about it next week. So be on the lookout for that.